Can Arsenal go all the way? Yes, we have Partey back. We have Gabriel Jesus back in those very vital months. But it's going to take more than players. It's going to take more than good performances. It's going to take more than having a good manager with a good philosophy and a good starting lineup. It's going to be more than that. So can Arsenal go, all the way, right? Glenn, all the teams that have won the title, apart from Manchester City, who are really good at accumulating 90 points, 93 points, 100 points. All the teams that win the title always have that season-defining moment, right? And look, it could be Manchester United 3-2 when we beat them. That could be our season-defining moment. It could be the Jorginho strike and Emiliano Martinez's own goal. That could be a season-defining moment as well. Or it could be that our season-defining moment was us going 5-6 games at the beginning of the season, unbeaten, winning, and nobody expected that, right? But now we need to see the job through, right? We've laid the foundation very well. We've done everything everyone expects us to do. Do you believe Arsenal can go all the way? Do you believe this is our first title win in 18 years?
I believe so. I don't think we're going to have such a good chance like this. I expect those teams to bounce back next zone and all that. But we've started, as you said, we started the season very well. We won games in a row at the beginning of this, and I think we had like 15 points out of 15. When was the last time we did that? Rarely. You talked about, before we went live, you talked about how we usually do badly in November, December period. This time before the World Cup, we beat Wolves away, we beat Chelsea away. We never do that. On top of that, we've beaten Chelsea away from home, we've beaten Tottenham away from home, we've beaten Man United, we've beaten Tottenham twice. Games that we never win as well. We've beaten Brighton away, we've beaten Aston Villa away, scored 4 goals in all of these games. We are doing so well this season. I absolutely believe we're going to win it, mostly because of us, but also because of Man City as well. Man City usually win 10 games in a row, 15 games in a row. I don't think they're capable of doing that this season. They're not looking likely like they're going to win 7, 8 games in a row. They're winning 1, drawing games that we didn't expect them to draw. They're winning 2 games, conceding goals.
Actually, statistically this season, in the Premier League, they have not won more than 3 games in a row. The best they've done is 3.
And then they're having internal problems like the points deduction thing that might happen whenever it happens. They had that trouble with Cancelo and Pep Guardiola. They never have this kind of problems whenever they're fighting for the titles this other season. So we are having a very, very good chance. When I talked to Odegaard the other day and I asked him, do you think you're going to win the title? He said they believe they're going to win the title in the dressing room and they're focused on themselves. They're not focused on Man City. So that's one thing that is running in the dressing room. They're focused on Arsenal, not really focused on City, because it's up to us. If we win every single game, we don't have to look at Man City. If we win every single game and draw against Man City, we're going to win the title. And there's also games where Man City are going to drop points. I'm also not worried about Man United. Yes, they've been doing well. Rashford is on form, blah, blah, blah. But they have some tough games. Like for United away from home, I actually think they're going to only win 1 more away game, because I saw they have Newcastle away, Brighton away, West Ham away, Liverpool away. They might win a couple, but I don't think they're going to win all of them. So by the time we get to the 30th game, hopefully we've left them behind. And we actually played 3 games before Man United play next. By the time they play against Liverpool, we'll have played 3 Premier League games.
And those 3 games are Everton, which is a game in hand, Leicester City, and Bournemouth. If Arsenal can hold their grip and win those 3, we are like double points ahead of Manchester United. Really double points. 14 points.
If we win all 3 games, we have 14 points ahead of them. And they'll have Liverpool that week, and no guarantee they're going to win that game. So if, let's say, they draw or lose, they'll only have 1 game in hand behind us. So even if they win, they'll be 11 points behind us. So I want us to focus on ourselves and also on Man City. I believe we can do it. That run in the next 6 games, I seriously think we have to win all of them. Leeds at home, Everton at home, all these games we cannot afford to drop a single point. Leicester this weekend might be hard, but watching them against Man United the other day, they gave them so much space. I was like, Odegaard will enjoy himself in that game with that space. So hopefully we can just get that game done 100%. And after that, we'll have a few home games. I'm very confident this season.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think all Arsenal fans, this is where we have to believe. We've seen Mikel Arteta finish 8th on 2 occasions, then coming on to bottle the top 4. I don't think he really bottled it. I think we were very, very emotional. Then it was too much to ask for, of him. Even the title right now is too much to ask of him. You look at the quality of teams that have won the title in recent times, Liverpool and Manchester City. There is no way then you ask of Mikel Arteta to win the title for you. But I think he can. I think he's got everything in him inside as a manager to win the title. Do you think we need to rely more on our own strength to win it, or it's gonna be decided by Man City dropping more points, Man United dropping more points? Where do you see the difference and cutting edge? Do you think Arsenal are going to need to be so lucky that City drop these kind of ridiculous points, or like they did against Nottingham Forest, or it's going to be a situation of, whoa, Arsenal been this good. They've gone 5 games unbeaten. They've gone 9 games unbeaten now, and Manchester City have can no longer catch it.
I was watching City Extra the other day. I'm sure you know them. They're talking about, like, for example, when you beat Aston Villa in the last minute and then we go like 3 points ahead or something, it would be such a killer when you go to the next game and you see Man City winning 6-0 as well. Exactly. And then the next game you win in the last minute, and then Man City do the same thing in the next game, they win last minute. You start doubting yourself, like, okay, whatever we can do, Man City can do as well. But when you win a game and then you watch the next game, City drop points, you start believing in yourself more, like maybe you're getting, the more we win, the more Man City are getting pressure on their side. So that makes you believe more. So it's both sides. We have to believe in ourselves, and you also have to hope Man City drop off. And you have to, there's a lot of games you'll have to win. You're going to, like Arteta said the other day, you're going to win games in the last minutes against Man United. You're going to have to like struggle for the entire game. Ramsdale makes 10 saves and then you win in the last minute. Such kind of games will happen. You're going to have to score from a set piece. You're going to have to score from a penalty in the last minute. All those things have to happen. You have to be lucky. Like against Aston Villa, Bailey would have scored that, but Ramsdale made a very good save to the post. That would have been 3-2 to Aston Villa, and things would have been great, terrible for us. But you need all that luck to go on your side for you to win a title. And if we win every single game, we're going to get to 99 points. I don't think we're going to get to 99 points, but between 88 and 90, I think will be enough to win the title this season, maybe even less than that. In the Invincible season, we had 55 points by now. We now have 54, and I think we finished on 90 that season. I don't think we're going to get to 90 this season, but 88, 87, that should be enough. And that means out of the 15 games remaining, we need to win at least 10 of them.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think we can. I think we can. I mean, you look at the other. If you take away 5 games from our remaining 15, I think we can go. I think we can win 10 of them. It's Man City, it's Newcastle, maybe Brighton as well. I mean, people don't. I can't write off Brighton as a hard nut to crack. And then Wolverhampton Wanderers as well. I think Lopetegui has done a very, very brilliant job at turning them around. Okay. But the rest of the teams, maybe an Anfield, right? Because it's Anfield, and we are not Madrid. If we were Madrid, we wouldn't even be thinking about Anfield. We'd be like, okay, we'll go there, get 3 points, and then definitely move on. So Glenn believes we can go all the way. Glenn believes we will win the title. Let me know in the comment section if you believe we will win the title, and if we win it, do you think it's gonna be Manchester City losing games, or do you think it's gonna be our own brilliance? So Glenn, are Man City still favorites in your head when you look at the Premier League table, when you look at both teams, when you look at Pep Guardiola and Arteta, when you look at how the season is going? Have you gone, I think both of us can cancel each other out, or is there still a massive gap in quality, experience, and you feel they're still title favorites for you?
Obviously they're 100% title favorites. Even if you just look at their striker, they have Haaland. He's got like more than 30 goals already this season. You cannot compare to that. Even if you're putting Nketiah and Jesus together, I don't think you can compare to that. And also, those guys can afford to leave De Bruyne on the bench against Tottenham twice. We can't really do that. If you had De Bruyne at Arsenal, he starts every single game. So they have the option of doing that. They're definitely still the favorites because they've been doing this throughout the last 5-6 years and everything. They are used to title races, tougher ones against Liverpool, where each team used to win every single week, win every single week. They finish on 199 points, both of them at the same time. So they're definitely still favorites, but that's why we need to do our job. That's why I don't really listen to media, because if you sit down and you start listening to Sky and BBC and all these media guys, they'll definitely tell you Arsenal will not win the league. If you listen to rival fans, they'll laugh at you and tell you Arsenal will not win the league, obviously. So I'm not bothered about them.
I was watching TalkSport's match reaction. The same evening we won against Villa and City drew points.
Yeah.
And the reaction was Arsenal will not win the Premier League title if they winning this way, right? Actually, the lesson they got is Arsenal will not win the title because we went toe-to-toe with Aston Villa. And then I'm like, but Liverpool also went into the 90th minute. Some games when they won the title, nobody said Liverpool will not win it. There were times when Manchester City beat Arsenal last season, right? We let that
Man City beat Aston Villa in the last minute last season to win the title.
Yeah, exactly. And they also beat us last year on New Year's Day. You remember New Year's Day, Lodri getting the winner in the 9 minutes of the game. And everybody, what pisses me off with the media is everyone looks at Arsenal and they go, oh, they cannot win the title, right? The positives they give to Manchester City. Oh, Man City, that is a champion's performance. That is a lot of resilience. For us, it's a weakness. When we win 2-1, because it's a margin of 1 goal, it's a weakness. When Manchester City win 1-0, they say, wow, Manchester City won 1-0. That is a champion's performance. It really, really pisses me off. I just don't understand why so many people don't want us to win it. I just don't understand. We've not been even in the conversation for a decade. We've not won it for 18 years. People forget that 18 years we've not won it, and they still don't want us to win it. I just don't understand the beef.
They don't at all. They absolutely do not want us to win the league. I mean, they're used to us finishing 6th, 7th, and all that. So they actually can't believe that Arsenal is still top by February. Everyone was saying by November we are going to be out of there. So it's a good thing for us. I don't really listen to what they say about. Even people are starting to say, why is Martinelli celebrating before he scores? I'm like, what? I mean, like, are you talking about that? Like, that's such a fun goal. Like, this guy, they just don't want Arsenal to win the title. So I never really listened to them. I just focused on us. Whatever Arteta does, whatever Odegaard does, that is what we're focused on. Arsenal alone.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you this. Like, City are favorites, are everybody's favorites, and just like Liverpool, they're disappointing. They're purely disappointing. If you look at their last games, they are almost the same games as Arsenal's. They've not finished Brighton. They've not finished Newcastle. They've not finished Liverpool. I think Liverpool will be going to their... I think the difference is many of the games we have to play away, they have to play at the Etihad. Liverpool will go at the Etihad. Newcastle will go at the Etihad. And I think Brighton as well will go at the Etihad. That is the only difference here.
They're actually going to go to Brighton's place, luckily.
Okay, luckily. Do you see them drop more points? Do you see them drop like 10 more points? Because for me, I predicted right from the day we lost to them that they would drop 10 points. They've already dropped 2. Do you see them drop like 8 more points till the end of the season?
Yeah, between now and the end of the season, 15 games. Yeah, I can see them losing 3 games or maybe drawing 3 games as well. But if we win the title, I don't think we'll be like 10 points ahead of them or anything. No, I think we'll win the title by 1 point or 2 points. It's going to go to the final day. We are going to get sicker than we are right now. It's going to get even sicker. We're going to be fighting for the title on the final day. We are going to get absolutely sick. So I don't think we're going to win the title by like 7 points. Listen, I'd love if you go to the final game 4 points ahead, having already clinched the title. That would be great, but I don't think it's going to be that easy. I can see both of us dropping points still. That's why I'm saying I don't think any team will go to 90-something points this season. I can see between 85 and 90, somewhere between that to be enough for the title this season.
You know, Man City's last game in the season is Brentford.
Away.
But before that, they have to play Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
And then Arsenal's last 2 games will be... the last game is Wolverhampton Wanderers, which is...
at home.
Okay, right?
It's a good fixture, yeah.
I kind of feel like I want it to go to the deadline day. I kind of feel like I want Arsenal to go to play a final of the Premier League, like Liverpool.
The only worry about that is by then Brentford maybe will be on the beach. They'll already be 8th, 9th, or 10th. And Wolves could be fighting to survive the league. That's the only worry I have. So Wolves will be giving their all, and Brentford might not be giving their all on that final day.
Yeah, maybe maybe that. But look, you look at Wolverhampton Wanderers right now. Of course, they're disappointed by not beating Bournemouth over the weekend. If they had won that game, that would have taken them straight into the mid-table conversation. but they just have to win like 2 more games to be okay. If they can win like 2 more games and a draw, that takes them to 30 points, almost where Chelsea are at the moment.
I do want City to beat Leipzig in the Champions League. I want them to be in the Champions League March, April. I want us to take advantage during that time.
Yeah, and look, that could be a distraction for Manchester City. That could be a distraction for Pep Guardiola. That, look, we've not won the Champions League this season. There is no Champions League favorite. I think this Manchester City side, with enough discipline, for me, they eliminate Real Madrid, right? It's just lack of discipline that dismantled Liverpool, but they eliminate Real Madrid. Maybe Bayern, but Bayern have been struggling this season. You look at how they are doing in the German Bundesliga, tied on 43 points with Union Berlin and Borussia Dortmund. I don't see a clear favorite. Napoli are not favorites. They're just like Arsenal. Everyone writes them off.
They play scary attacking football. So I can see, hopefully, I can see Man City being there with Real Madrid and Napoli and another team. Hopefully, Man City make it to that end of the season so that their focus will be between the two, Premier League and Champions League. Hopefully, because if they get eliminated from the Champions League and their focus is in the league and we're still in the Europa League, there'll be a bit of trouble there.
Yeah, that's absolutely bad. So, but if they go to the quarterfinals, if they go through the quarterfinals, do you think then that actually creates this kind of euphoria in the side and just distracts them a little bit?
Yeah, because they want to win the Champions League more. They've won the Premier League a lot of times. They definitely want to win the Champions League. So if they get to the quarterfinal, I think they'll start focusing on that a bit. I think if they actually get to the semi-final and they're like 5 points behind Arsenal still, Guardiola will be like, nah, let's focus on the Champions League. Hopefully,
I don't think they'll be 5 points behind us by that time, unless we go to the Anfield and get a result, right? Because Apple.
Why not though? That defense is not good enough, Liverpool. We can create many chances. Remember, actually, the last 2 seasons, I remember us going there, like I said, missing 3 clear-cut chances at Anfield. I remember last season going there, I think it was Aubameyang or someone missing chances. Why not? I think we can create chances this season. The way they've been losing games, obviously, I would expect them to pick it up. They probably even finish in the top 4. Usually a draw at Liverpool would be bad. I actually wouldn't mind it this season, but I wouldn't be happy if we went there and lost 3-0 like we usually do. That would be a bad result. I mean, I'm actually scared of facing Brighton than Liverpool, because Brighton will just keep on attacking. The other time we could have drawn 4-4 with them if that goal could have been allowed. So those are the teams I'm worried about. But I mean, look at this season. We've beaten all of those teams. We've beaten Brighton 4 goals at their place. We scored 3 goals against Brentford. We scored 4 against Aston Villa. Why can't we beat them again? We went to Stamford Bridge, kept a clean sheet. Why can't we do that against them at home? So I'm still confident. The fixture that I'm really worried about is Man City away, because you could close another 3 points there. That's the one I'm worried about.